Throughout the pandemic, mental health professionals have sounded the alarm about COVID's impact on emotional wellness. Before the coronavirus, police officers already faced a significant amount of trauma each day. And throughout the past year, some say their mental health has worsened. Kimberly Marshall still remembers a call she responded to almost 30 years ago. A young boy was thrown out of a building window because he wouldn't steal candy.
I don't think I've ever gotten over that. That has stayed with me, and that does cause those dark thoughts.
Marshall was a Chicago police officer for 20 years. She says the emotional drain of the job was a challenge for her.
The kids that you see hurt, they stay with you the most. Everyone says that.
Marshall says policing is one of the most stressful jobs right now.
Oh my goodness, the way this country feels about the police, I would be a wreck every time I went to knock on someone's door because they don't want you. They're very upset, they're very angry.
Mental health professionals say officer wellness, which was already low due to the nature of the work, only declined more over this last year because of civil unrest, the pandemic, and growing distrust in the police. Now, those clinicians who do serve officers say that even though a stigma still exists, their growing caseloads point to not only a desire for mental health resources, but a need for more.
There are a lot of officers that are really questioning now staying in this field, or trying to think about when can I quit or when's the earliest I can retire. And I've never seen that since I've been doing this as much as in the last year.
Harry Steiner was a Chicago police officer for 13 years. After leaving the department, Steiner opened the First Responders Wellness Center. The organization serves first responders and their families. She says some officers are hesitant to ask for help.
Culturally, too, when you're an officer, you don't want other people to think that you're weak or that you can't handle the job or that you won't be able to show up or handle a scene.
So far this year, at least 57 current and retired officers nationwide have died by suicide, according to Blue Help, a nonprofit that tracks police suicides in the U.S. In 2020, 172 died by suicide, and in 2019, that number reached 238. 2 Chicago police officers died by suicide in March. According to the 2017 Department of Justice report that led to the consent decree, CPD's suicide rate was 60% higher than the national average among law enforcement. Robert Sobo cautions that officer suicides are hard to track, but says the rate is still too high. Sobo is the director of CPD's Counseling Division Employee Assistance Program, also known as EAP.
Suicide is still a big problem. And in the United States alone, suicide is up about 28% nationally.
He says suicide prevention means proactively addressing the stress, trauma, and depression officers are dealing with. EAP offers mental health services to current and former officers and their families. The program has 13 clinicians, 6 drug and alcohol counselors, and about 200 rank-and-file members offering peer support. Sobo says CPD's program is the most robust in the nation.
Given the fact that the 13 of us and all of us at EAP in general have enormous caseloads, if we had more, we would just be serving more people because the demand for services is there.
After the latest suicides in the department, CPD brought Alexa James on as Senior Advisor of Wellness.
Our response is if we just focus on the suicides, we are missing tens of thousands of people who work here who are daily in pain. And they are tired and they don't feel seen and heard.
James is the CEO of the National Alliance on Mental Illness Chicago. James is working with Sobo to build a culture of wellness in the department, moving from mending trauma to preventing it.
What are we doing to eliminate triggers, challenges, really examine policies that indirectly or directly harm officers?
This includes training, trauma briefings, and considering working conditions, like the canceled days off and mandatory overtime officers faced last summer. After retiring, Kimberly Marshall went to school to be a mental health professional. She urges officers to seek help.
Everything is treatable. That's my favorite line. There are other things that they can do in order to make themselves feel better and whole so that they do not stay in the state of depression, under the state of stress, feeling hopeless. Everything is treatable.
Marshall says as a police officer, she also saw the need for mental health resources in the communities she was serving, which is why she ultimately switched fields. And you can visit our website for a list of mental health resources.